Money is power. Wrong. A math teacher. That's what this guy was. A high school math teacher in New York making nothing. No family money, no connections, nothing special, just a regular guy. And this person, this nobody, ended up with presidents, billionaires, princes, Nobel Prize winners, all doing what he said. People with private armies who couldn't say no to this man. People who ran entire countries who went silent when he called. And everyone here is scrolling through the files saying, oh my god, is this person's name on there? Bro, you're asking the wrong question. The question isn't who, the question is how. How does a math teacher from Brooklyn put the most powerful people on earth in his pocket? And here's the point you're really not going to like, because the answer isn't about him, not at all. It's about you. The same playbook he ran on billionaires, it's being run on you, right now, today. While you're watching this video, you just don't know it yet. So let me spoil it for you. Comfort, that's where it starts. And that's why it's so dangerous, because it doesn't look like a trap. It looks like a normal Tuesday. Look at every move Epstein made, every single one. What's the pattern? He made things nice. The private jet, the island, the parties. Things I won't go there. But all of it, it was just easy, free. He never went to someone and said, I'm gonna destroy you. No. He walked up and said, come have a good time. That's it. That was the whole game. And it worked every single time. So here's a question that will stay with you. What's the difference between a cage and a very nice hotel? Think about it. In a cage, you see the bars. You know what's happening. You scratch, you fight, you try to get out. In a hotel, you order room service. The door's right there, wide open, no one is stopping you. But you don't leave. You don't leave. Same result. You're still inside. The only difference is, in the cage you fight because you know you're stuck. In the hotel, you stop fighting because you think you chose this. That's what makes it so sickening. He didn't build prisons. He built resorts. And people check themselves in. Now forget about him. Look at your life. And don't lie to yourself now. Just look. That job. The one that makes your stomach hurt on Sunday night. But the paycheck hits on the 15th and the 30th and you think, it's fine. Things are good. That's a hotel. That relationship, you know the one. Nothing's growing. Nothing's moving. But it's warm enough and leaving is scary, so you just stay. Hotel. Those 3 hours you waste every night on your phone. You don't even enjoy it anymore. Your thumb is just moving. But stopping feels worse than scrolling. Hotel. And we call this the comfort zone. Comfort zone. There is nothing comfortable about it. You wake up tense, you go to sleep making promises you'll break by 9 a.m. You repeat the same day 47 times in a row and then wonder why you feel dead inside. That's not comfort, man. That's anesthesia. And here's the difference no one tells you. Comfort recharges you. You feel better after. Anesthesia? Anesthesia just makes you numb enough to endure the thing that's killing you. So no, you're not lazy. Stop telling yourself that. The real problem is that you looked at a slow death, called it a comfort zone, and then you sat down and you stayed. Okay, let's say you heard this and felt something move inside you. You got up, you left. You're done being numb. Beautiful. What now? This is where it gets messy, because the next thing that happens to you looks exactly like a win. It looks like progress, and that's why it's worse. Access. Everyone, and I mean everyone, wants to be in the room. The room with the big name. The room where decisions are made. It's all about who you know. Yeah? Great slogan. Put it on a t-shirt. But let me ask you something no one ever asked. What did you trade to walk through that door? Because that's what Epstein was selling. Not products, not service. Access. That's all. You want to meet him? You want a seat at this table? You want to be in the circle? Come to me. And they came running, sprinting, tripping over each other to get in. Why? Because our brains are broken in a specific way. We always think the thing we need is somewhere else, in someone else's room, on someone else's table, and that if we could just get in, everything would change. But what actually happens when you enter a room you didn't earn is, you didn't walk to, you bought a ticket, and you didn't pay in cash. You paid with pieces of yourself. Imagine a ladder going up to this room everyone wants to be in. And with every rung you climb, you have to leave something on it. The first rung, what you actually believe. Second rung, your time. Third rung, your honest opinion on things. Fourth rung, that gut feeling that says this isn't right. You get to the top, you walk in. Big room, important people. You look around and feel like something is wrong. You aren't there. You left yourself on the stairs. The real move was never getting into someone else's room. It was building a room that people are trying to get into. That's the difference between chasing access and owning it. Now, Here comes the part of this video where everything shifts. Because you might be sitting there thinking, okay, cool, I'll leave my comfort zone, I'll build my own thing, I'm good. No, you're not. Some of the people in Epstein's circle did exactly that. These weren't losers. These were empire builders, self-made. They earned every ounce of their status, powerful in ways you and I can't even imagine. And yet, he still owned them. How? Because they had something else going on, something underneath, something they buried so deep they probably forgot it was there. But it was there. And that one buried thing was the only crack Epstein needed. And yeah, that thing might be in you too, right now, while you're watching this. Your secret. Not his secrets, yours. That was the weapon, the real weapon. The money was just decoration. His actual power was knowing the one thing about you that would end your entire life if it got out. But back up for a second. Why does that even work? Seriously. Why does one piece of information turn a billionaire into a puppet? Because a person hiding a secret is a person running two versions of themselves. There's the show version, the one you post, the one you perform, the one everyone applauds. Then there's the other one, the one that exists at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep, scared, broken, barely holding it together. And the distance between those two versions, that's not just a gap, that's a door. And it's wide open, and Epstein just walked through it. He didn't even have to knock. He didn't make people weak. They were already weak. He just noticed it. And your thing doesn't have to be some dark crime. Maybe it's something you'd never tell anyone. An addiction. A fear you've been pretending you're over for years. The I'm fine you've been saying for so long you almost believed it. That relationship everyone envies that is actually rotting from the inside. Whatever that thing is, whatever lives in the gap between who you are and who you pretend to be, that is your open door. Not because there's someone out there smart enough to exploit it, but because you aren't brave enough to close it. The solution is stupidly simple. Tell the truth to yourself before anyone else. Look at your reflection and say, yeah, this is me. This is what's actually happening, and I'm done pretending. Because the truth is, the person with nothing to hide has nothing to fear, and that isn't weakness. That is the state where you are the most untouchable person alive. One more. And honestly, this is the reason I made this video, because the other three are painful. But this haunts me. Epstein never locked a door. Think about that. No chains, no guards, no fences. No one was physically trapped anywhere, and no one left. Because the lock wasn't on the door. It was in their skull. One sentence, running on a loop, over and over. If I walk away, I'll lose everything. That's it. That one thought, just words, just air, kept presidents silent for years. You have that same sentence. It's rattling around right now. It just looks a little different in your version. If I quit, who's going to pay the rent? If I'm honest, they'll leave. If I try and fail, everyone will say they warned me. If I admit I'm drowning, they'll think I'm done. Do you feel it? Every one of those is a lock, and nobody put them there. Not your mom, not your boss, not the economy, not the algorithm. You're the one who built those locks. You're the one who installed them. And you're the one who convinced yourself they were real. Your dreams didn't die because you went after something and it blew up in your face. No, that's not what happened. What happened is you found a smaller, easier door and you took it. And you told yourself the bigger door was locked.